she can't beat Grant by coincidence, so Milner couldn't catch her halfway through the series. But in this version, she suddenly goes, I don't feel like it, and then walks into a crop field. US Milner seems absolutely obsessed with finding Jessica Hyde.
Jessica, and where is
Jessica.
But UK Milner distracted the group with more pressing matters, realising she'll eventually get to Jessica if she plays their game.
In 2002, Mr. Rabbit had a deal with China to provide them with a particularly vicious strain of pig. At the last minute, his clients reneged. So Mr. Rabbit himself went to China with the food promised. By the time it was over, more than 800 people had died.
Are you talking about SARS?
Years later...
Wait, no. What? Was it SARS or not? You can't just pause there. Donaldson explained that SARS was unconnected respiratory infections which played into the story because him exposing that got him ruined by the network. Here, it's just played as, oh, real life thing in the show.
They released his identity to every agent in every government with which he had dealings. And then they set him loose. A little game. Run rampant. To see who would kill him first and in how much pain he would die. You can't begin to imagine the ways people can die.
I just love that look she does, empathising with Mr. Rabbit. Like, this show isn't even trying to hide the fact that Milner's evil. Even leaving a phone inside a compartment like some kind of Bond villain. Remember in the UK version, when they asked for safety, she couldn't grant it because her guise was that she operated alone and no one else in MI5 knew what she was up to? Here, she just goes, no, Jessica? No. I don't think I will. After the movie, Barbie, who's picking a child to organise the shooting to frame Grant. In this version, the Harvest just seems to pluck random children and force them to be sleeper agents. They then pathetically recreate the school shooting scene from the original. I'm not saying you need like an actual school shooting, but in the original, Arby is sat in the toilets waiting to be activated. He puts on gloves and peels back the tape, which obviously would have had Grant's fingerprints. You know what's going on without it being explained, but Arby describes it in excruciatingly bland detail.
What are these?
His fingerprints.
How did you get them?
Oh, kids touch everything.
What did he touch?
A bird.
And then they just played the main theme music because they couldn't even get any good music for this scene. Yeah, let me just shoot someone without looking because that's exactly how my character is written. Not just because it looks cool to shoot when not looking at someone. The twist is here, Arby's been sent to kill the woman in the Harvest meeting who thought that killing people to friend Grant was unethical.
I'm sorry, Thomas, I have to object. None of the rest of you have a problem with this? You can't object to the unnecessary murdering of innocent families in a park.
You know, because she wasn't willing to sacrifice everything, she now has to die. Despite the man making the orders, living a cushy, soft life, and he gets to go home to his entire family that are at no risk. The episode ends with Arby finding a boy with some chocolate raisins. And just the fact that this kid looks like he's about to burst out laughing when there's a man with a gun in his home. It's genius. I think he regrets his actions, guys. I don't think this term has ever been coined before, but this is the perfect definition of Wojak acting, if I've ever seen it. Also, just to add insult to injury, the book on the table covered in blood. The author is Philip Carville. The next episode begins with Michael finally being in the red zone after getting in the last episode. He's being one of the first people who got infected with some random guy who got in as well, who's also apparently her father. They're part of the Harvest because earlier Dr.